from the web, and they have credits at the end, and they deserve all the credit because there's some amazing shots that people have taken. And I've seen incredible shots from people just on different cruises that shot these in the U.S. last year. Amazing stuff, just shot with a cell phone. Pretty incredible. So let's see what we can do together now. Okay, a little background. This actually was posed by a very interesting young man. I think he was 12 years old here with his family on one of the cruises, and he was asking about some of the etymology of the word. So Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis, or Northerly Light of Dawn. In the Southern Hemisphere, we have the same phenomenon. Southern Lights, Aurora Australis, Southerly Light of Dawn. Now the naming Aurora, in Greek is Eos, the Roman goddess of dawn, Boreas, the Greek god of the cold north wind, and Auster, Greek god of the south wind. We have four main anemoi, wind gods of Greek mythology, and in parentheses is the Roman equivalent. So we have Boreas, or Aquino, god of the north wind and the cold winds of winter, Zephyrius, or Favonius, god of the west wind and the warm breezes of springtime, Notus, or Aster, god of the south wind and the torrential storms of summer, Eurus, or Volturnus, god of the east wind and harbinger of fall. And this is a beautiful image on the next screen. In Roman mythology, Aurora renews herself every morning, flies across the sun, announcing the arrival of the sun. Flies across the sky, arriving to announce the arrival of the sun. First used 17th century, most likely coined by Galileo in 1623. And here she is. Let's see. Inuit. So in different cultures as well, they have different philosophies on this. You can imagine in ancient times experiencing this and what it would mean to you, how people perceived it. So in Inuit culture, here in Alaska, in indigenous people of Canada, parts of Greenland and Alaska, seen as souls of the dead. In Finnish, a firefox running quickly across the snow so that his or her tail sends sparks into the sky. And in Chinese mythology, flames of good and evil dragons battling it out in the heavens, which I can picture. And here is Aurora, Roman goddess of dawn, announcing the arrival of the sun. That's a beautiful image. Here is Boreas, Greek god of the cold north wind. And notice our Aster. I actually posed for this image. I think you can see the likeness if I stand in the right angle. Greek god of the south wind. I'm not that disgruntled, though. Okay, a little background. So again, features almost identical. Our poles are pulling this phenomenon to the north and south poles. So features almost identical north and south. We have a solar wind, so a stream of charged particles released from the sun. The corona takes about 1 to 3 days for those particles to arrive here on Earth. That's why these predictors that I'm going to share with you are so wonderful, because we do have a heads up of about 1 to 3 days about when and if those phenomena are going to arrive here on Earth. Geomagnetic activity is created by interactions between the solar winds streaming out from the sun and the Earth's protective magnetic field, or magnetosphere. I'll show you a diagram in just a second that explains this well. Best viewing times up here, just after dark, which is quite late now, what, 10:30 or 11 or so, is it? I'm losing track almost. Till early morning, about 3 a.m. You just need darkness. Of course, you can't see it if it's light, nor can you see it very well if we have really cloudy or rainy skies. Best seasons, this is a little subjective. I research this a lot, and really there are a lot of great times to see this. It depends much more on solar activity than the time of year. But throughout the winter months can be great because it's very dark, of course. Also, spring and fall equinoxes are good times, but don't be discouraged now for sure. Again, 1 to 3 days after large solar flares, or CMEs, coronal mass ejections, which are emitting these particles into the atmosphere and then bombarding us here on Earth, and then our magnetic poles are pulling and stretching those to both ends of our Earth. Now, this is the greatest, and feel free to photograph anything today that's helpful, please, because I have some links in here that I think are good reference points. The planetary KP index, this is by far the best indicator. The scale goes from 0 to 9, with 9, of course, being the most intense. You'll also see this displayed anywhere from a green moving into kind of orangey and into red, again, red being the most intense. So these are some sites that are very helpful. NOAA, very good site. Scale of 0 to 9, 5 and above, definitely worth going on up there and checking out. I can't guarantee it, You know, any complaint calls go directly to Mother Nature. I have it redirected on my phone. But I'd say 5 and above, we have a decent chance. If you see a spike of solar activity, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, absolutely go on up there. Again, it also depends on the weather, so we have to hope for clear skies. But if you have that kind of activity, we have a very high probability of seeing this. So these are some sites that help. This is a very good one that gives you a 3-day graph that I'll show you in a moment of the activity to come.